Rundown, it is, first time I've had a date in a long time. June 28th. It is brought to you by Owens Mixers. 4th of July coming up. No better way to celebrate than with an American-made.
You said 28th?
What?
Brandon said you said the 28th. Did you say the 28th?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
It's 4 days off.
It's quarantine. They've been putting it on the emails that they
I know.
send. Owens Craft Mixers gives anybody the ability to make a high-quality cocktail in 2 easy steps. Pour some Owens and add your favorite liqueur, and you're good to go. It's the perfect way to mix it up at home. The Foreplay guys, we'll get to that in a minute. The Foreplay guys also make a huge announcement today.
Got a huge announcement.
Here we go.
They're coming out with the new Barstool Transfusion by Owens Mixers. It's available now for pre-order on the Barstool store. Will be officially launched on July 8th. Ginger beer and lime, mint cucumber and lime, grapefruit and lime, tonic water and lime. Take the tonic water and lime, please. All are delicious cocktails for the 4th. Get yours today, but you can't get the Barstool one until the 8th, so get it both. Riggs has left Planet Earth.
That was insanity.
Come back anytime, buddy. Anytime.
I had
Riggs
heard
has
whispers, but then when I saw
Riggs
it,
has been living at Pinehurst for 99 days, according to what he said. And I heard he's like the mayor. I talked to Frank. He's like the mayor there. They all follow what he does.
Where did he go?
He actually reached out. Erica reached out like 2 weeks ago. It was like, Riggs had a weird question. She's like, I'm buying a place at Pinehurst. Like, all right, what's that have to do with us? Like, who fucking cares? But I'm pretty sure, like, this is now his entire world. He's there forever. He's become Del Boca Vista. It's like when Kramer goes down there, these people, this world, I mean, they're clapping. He was full-blown crying.
This place means the world to me. It's because of you guys, so.
Thanks for everything you did, my man.
that was
It
wild.
was a video of a child leaving a hospital after beating cancer. That's what it looked like.
Or a
And
retirement
everyone's like,
of somebody
way to go.
who's been at
Or
a
the
job for
COVID,
50 years.
or the COVID, like with the videos that are going viral, like this person beat the Spanish flu in 1918, beat the
And he also
Nazis
beat it
in
now, yeah.
1945, and then beat COVID.
When-
and everyone's
he had
like,
a chance
yeah.
too, like he was walking away, and it could have just been like a, and then he chose to speak.
And he turned back and he was
chose to
like,
be
you guys.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
And maybe the most incredible part is, I believe, of his own free will, he posted this.
And no, that's not even the most incredible part. The most incredible part is they're clapping because he lived at a golf course for 99 days.
Hero. Heroic.
Well, that's
He's
inherently
obsessed
part
with
of
golf.
It. That's
He
it.
literally lived his very best life.
I think they clapped because it was super awkward and they didn't know what else to do.
No, it was
I think they
set
had
up,
to be
but-
like,
but
okay.
He non-ironically posted this.
He's an emotional guy.
He's
You know,
like,
I
you
just
really
saw
got
recently-
me, Pinehurst Jack.
Unbelievable.
Like, what are you talking about, Riggs?
You're good.
He just posted not too long ago when he was crying when he wrapped up the Cousins show. His last day with the Cousins with your dad, he cried about that too. Maybe he's just a crier. He's an emotional cat.
He's like, what's the fucking coach's name? Rams coach?
Oh, Vermeil.
Yeah, Dick Vermeil. He
He
just talks about
cried.
football, he starts crying.
Have you talked to him? Like,
I talked to him once because I was doing pizza with Frankie. I'm like, you Foreplay guys, like, you just don't blog anymore. Like, there's golf going on. You guys never blog it. So I did talk to him that. Like, all Riggs.
but you haven't talked to him about crying.
No, I haven't talked to him since this. All Riggs does, too. Riggs versus Pinehurst, hole number 6. It's like, how many times can we see Riggs versus a Pinehurst hole?
He's
99
hacked life.
days worth.
He's boondoggled his life.
And I'm talking to Frankie. He's like, yeah, we got to make like a 2-minute video, and we all have to drive like 10 hours to Pinehurst. He will only do things at Pinehurst.
His office.
It's like, he's like, but they were all in New York. He's like, no, you got to come, like, come
That's
to my.
ridiculous.
Oh my God.
What?
99
I mean,
days. at
I would love
Pinehurst.
to hear, like, what could be that emotional? Like, all right, it was a great experience.
He
like,
is literally the Seinfelds in Boca Vista. It's like a whole new universe. It's its own
Little self-contained world, yeah.
universe. He has gone so far off the reservation into a world that he doesn't even know is.
He was on vacation for 99 days.
But you don't
He
cry
had the
when
best.
you leave vacation.
I actually would love to like stack it up. I think even if you do that fucking guy David Geffen who like tweeted that. Remember when he tweeted the picture of his boat? He's like, "Stay safe out there."
yeah.
I think Riggs had a
That's
better
Riggs at
quarantine than him.
Pinehurst, yeah.
Because that guy probably had to travel a little. Probably a little annoying to travel.
What would really be like? What are the tears about? Like, what could make you that emotional? Just I don't get to play golf there anymore.
No, there's
or like,
no rhyme or reason to what he's doing.
Did something happen that we don't know about?
He is in a different universe.
Oh
He
my
is in
God.
a different. I'm working hard. I posted the same hole that I've played 79 times. Oh, this time I'm a little bit on the left of the fairway. He just wakes up, he golfs again. I think he sits in the clubhouse with like 70-year-old men, waits as people come down, talks about them golfing, goes to sleep, wakes up, golfs.
cries, mix in some tears.
Like he literally, what? I was just as confused when Eric is like, Riggs called me. He said he's buying a place at
Just
Pinehurst.
call him right now. Call him right now.
What do you want me to say? Just like,
Why were you crying?
yeah.
Because I mean, who knows? Maybe
Was
there's
that
some
real?
story that happened
Yeah.
that was an
It was
emotional.
real.
What if
Yeah,
what
there's
if somebody
something we're
says
missing.
his
Yeah,
wife
yeah,
and he was
right,
De
right.
De
Niro?
Niro, he's not Pacino.
Did
That was
Riggs, maybe
real.
Riggs, you know what? Maybe this is what it is. Riggs single-handedly kept Pinehurst in business.
Isn't Pinehurst like a huge? Like,
Didn't
so.
he do that? Didn't he like raise a shit ton of money for them though in the beginning of quarantine?
The golf course needed money?
I can't imagine that being the case, but I
Did
do
you
know
see-
he raised
did
money.
you
I think the golf courses have to be the last place.
Did
to
you
be
see the
money.
old lady like in the corner in the little dress, like seriously clapping, like there goes Riggs. Like,
That would
what?
be so funny though if he was like, if you know, like everything that's going on in the world, small businesses falling apart,
kept
racial injustice, and Riggs
Pinehurst
like, we
afloat.
got to rally behind Pinehurst.
All foreplay has devolved into is playing Pinehurst and that fucking professional golfer. Like today, who's the guy?
that one?
The golfer that they do everything.
Kisner?
Kisner. It's like today, Kisner, we tried to beat him, he can only use a 3-iron. The next day, he can only use the 7-iron. Today, it's like he can only use the 9. It's like literally Groundhog Day.
Spin zone for Riggs. This video made me forget for a second that he lost to an 8-year-old.
I might fucking murder you. Like, I'm gonna beat you in golf and then I might fucking murder you.
Hello?
That seems like that happened
A year ago.
years ago.
Yeah.
Years ago. All right, call him. I really.
Riggs. And why is he even leaving? What's he doing?
Right.
I think they have a classic in Chicago.
So he's like
So
leaving
he'll be
for a
back.
day.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
coming back like tomorrow.
There's no way he answers this. He's got to know.
No,
3
he knows.
o'clock.
He knows.
Maybe
I think
he's
he
on
will
his
pick
flight.
it up. That would be funny if he was just like going to the supermarket. He's just coming right back.
Just moving to a new room. What is he? Is it a like a hotel room?
He had
he's
like a
saying? Or
presidential suite.
Somebody
suite?
told me they're building a Riggs cabin. I'm not joking.
Hi, you reached Sam Bazillion. I'm not available right now, but please leave
Oh man.
I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you.
What a world.
Yo, I mean he's
But Frankie told
the
me
ultimate boondoggle.
Frankie told me he's the mayor. Like he orders people around, they follow him. Like he's.
I'm sure he loves that.
But that's what he's like. It's like you won't believe it. It's like you step into it's like you go through one of those walls and you come out on the other side, and Riggs is king of this little area. It's nuts.
Oh my
I got the Gallivanters, okay, the Gallivanter camos. I got the Salem Short.
God.
Imagine if all the little kids would just start like being born like bald and crazy eyes, and there's like Riggses everywhere. It's like
Hello?
So,
with all the uncertainty in the world, feeling safe at home has never been more important. So I want to talk to you about Simply Safe Home Security. They're longtime friends of the Rundown for good reason. Simply Safe has made it easy to finally get comprehensive protection for your home. You don't have to pay any outrageous fees or sign a 2-year contract. Just order online, set up yourself in under an hour. And your home is protected 24/7 with emergency dispatch for break-ins, fire, and more, all for just 50 cents a day. Right now, when you head to simplysafe.com/rundown, my listeners will get free shipping, 60-day risk-free trial. That's simplysafe.com/rundown to make sure that they know our show sent you from Simply Safe, and all of us here wishing you safety and good health. This is kind of free-flowing, I don't have much. I had a hell of a day, to quote Danny Boy Kane. Whoa. The stock market is not reflecting what's going on in the world. Whoa. Stock market is a bloodbath today. Penn's down like 15%. It was like up 15, now it's down 15. E-Trade just broke. I literally have no idea what's happening because E-Trade is frozen. You think Howard Marks is dealing with the frozen? I just have frozen pizza.
What do you mean?
This morning,
Like the platform?
Yeah.
You couldn't trade?
I didn't know what was happening. Every time I clicked, I was down to 50 grand. I went bananas. Because I can't do anything because E-Trade's gonna thumb up their ass. So that happened this morning. I'm down 350 on the day.
Whoa.
Just because of technical issues, though.
Well,
Not just because, but
no,
that's a big part of
but
it.
it's a bad time to have technical issues.
Is there a part of you, Dave, that thinks, not to get really woke here, but like, you've been running up the score on the suit so much that they're just going to rig the system for you to lose all your money?
That's a conspiracy right now with E-Trade, that E-Trade did that so people get stuck.
Yeah, because people are like, we can't let this guy win. So
I
you're getting kicked out of Vegas.
I had a very big name who I'd never heard of come at me yesterday. Like, I guess he's like very well known. His name's like Howard, what's his last name? Howard Marks. He runs this Oak Tree Capital. He's like friends with Buffett. And he just went at me.
What did he say?
He basically said it's unhealthy for people to be gambling. The leader of the, punters, bettors. He's like, in the leader of the punters.
He said punters?
Yeah.
Fucking loser.
That's what I said.
And you're the leader?
Yeah, he's
Leader of
like,
the punters?
the leader of the punters 2 months ago apparently discovered that like stocks only go up. And he's like creating a dangerous, now this guy for 3 months has been saying the stock market can't keep going up. So he's getting his ass kicked. And I've been saying, and he'll appreciate it. Everyone's like, all these experts are like, we've been through this. He doesn't know. It's like, we haven't been through it. I have as much experience in a pandemic as you do.
Yeah.
That's just a fact.
True. Also, it's just very funny every time one of these like experts gets mad and you're like, yeah, stocks always go up. And they're like, can you believe this guy's giving this advice?
Alaska Airlines, 4133. Everything's going up. Stocks only go up. This is the easiest game I've ever been a part of. I know.
When
Yeah,
they-
wait,
they
are you
take
guys
this
serious?
guy-
How can you be smart and so dumb?
I got this guy I got so mad because this guy was ranting about when the stock market crashed today in my E-Trade. I call him a cunt. Howard fucking Marks, you fucking cunt.
Well, he's called you a punter. I think that's fair.
Cunt, cunt.
And I
Fair.
think you can call guys cunts.
Fucking cunt.
Yeah. Or if you're Australian, we had a guy call into radio yesterday from Australia.
They just throw that
And he
around
just
like
threw
it's,
it out
you
there.
know.
I call him
Hey, what's
dickhead
up, you
and
cunt?
cunt.
Yeah,
It's like,
he
well,
was
it's
just
not even a.
no, he did. He
a-
ranked his 5 favorite cunts at Barstool.
Oh.
Yeah,
Is any updates?
they were all women, so that was kind of fucked up.
Oh, yeah, no,
No,
I-
I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
Oh, that's good.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Anything else? We have
that
Mets.
it? That's
I
what I
know
know.
you talked to A-Rod, you said.
Yeah, I talked to A-Rod.
Yeah, no. I have this idiot here who's been harassing me for 2 years.
A-Rod, were you talking about me when you said the idiot? Was that me?
No, just go ahead with the presentation.
Okay, all right.
What's the latest?
Discussions.
I have been seriously like offered a percentage of the team.
I think what's going to end up happening
can
for
you-
me is I'm going
how
to be
much
like,
percent?
Well, they don't have the team.
right.
All right.
Mike Rapoli's going to buy the Mets. A-Rod's going to be
Francesa trashed me.
behind him.
Trashed you?
Then
Yeah.
you're
What
going to
did
be
he say?
behind him.
He
Then
said
I'm
I
going to
didn't-
be like,
He said I wasn't.
yeah, I didn't have the money.
No shit.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
not.
be like the assistant to the assistant to the
Does
assistant.
that whole conglomerate have enough money?
Oh,
Yeah.
Rapoli's
got
billionaire,
shitloads of money.
like
I
10
thought he
times
had
And
over.
it's
I
A-Rod
thought he
and
had, like,
J-Lo
a billion.
together.
What?
I thought he had like 1 billion.
No.
No, he's like many billions.
And it's A-Rod and J-Lo together.
Who are you and what are you doing in my kitchen?
I'm A-Rod's assistant. You probably know me. Listen.
They definitely have over
Yeah,
a
but
billion.
even that, I don't think they. I don't know.
No, A-Rod and J-Lo don't have a bill.
Yeah.
Together?
No.
I think they both have like a few hundred million, but I don't know.
What? You don't think so?
I think they both have probably like 300 or 400 million.
Rapoli is real deal rich.
I thought he had like 1.
No, I think he's got like 3 or 4. but I
Well,
could be
whatever,
wrong.
you guys are going to have to. I still think Steve Cohen is just waiting. So
I
you're going to have
don't
to be
know
able to
who
beat
that
him.
is.
He's like, he would be the richest man in baseball. He has like 13 billion. And I think he was the one who bought it for
He
the
has
Mets.
13 billion.
Yeah.
It's a lot of billions.
Yeah, he's like big time rich. So
That's big rich.
he
That's fat rich.
he was the one who
My net worth is just exploding.
bought it from the Wilpons, and then they backed out. And I think I'm hearing that he's still just like waiting. So if he comes in and wants to just, I feel like he can beat almost any bid, unless you guys fucking.
I
really
can't
pony up.
contribute much if the stock market continues at this. Fuck him. All right.
I can't contribute much.
Report
Yeah.
has 1.
So that's
J-Lo
you
and
know,
A-Rod have like
How
900
do they know how much? I'm gonna,
combined.
That's wrong.
Say how many billions? you got?
Rapoli, how many billions you got?
Why don't you call him too?
I'm afraid of doing that.
I hope A-Rod wasn't
Actually,
texting
you know what?
me to expect me
Fuck
to
him.
like
Call.
throw in
You're
real
about
money.
to own a team with him. You might as well be able to call him.
He talks forever. We'd be on the air for too long. All right, well, that's that segment. You really want to... he's not going to say out loud how many billions he has.
I don't think you can talk about any of this.
I'm going to act... Why not? It's all over the place.
Well, right, but I don't think you can give any more like actual
Well,
details. right?
I didn't think you could buy a team with only having a bill. I guess
That's
it's a
what I'm
group.
saying. But even so, you get a few people together, and then you take out some loans and you leverage it. But I still feel like it's hard to come up with like $2 billion.
We'll see.
A lot of fucking.
I
Well,
asked.
you could do some funny financing. You just have
Yeah.
to put
It's
a
like
little
the guy
up
bought
and
the
then-
Islanders with nothing.
Right. You can just put up a little and then just be like, oh, I'm good for the rest.
Fuck.
Anything else?
You got vacation coming up soon?
Vacation
This is the
month.
second last rundown. Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
Are you going to do the rundown from Nantucket?
You know, I think in years past I've said yes and then just haven't.
You don't do
Yeah,
it.
no, it's like when you take your radio kit out there.
You're not even gonna do that anymore, right? I mean, you're not
I
even
quit
gonna,
on
you haven't
radio
done radio in like a year.
Listen, we're lucky. You want to talk about Riggs being a parallel universe? I mean, I'm the king of the financial world, so it's like, what stocks can I buy?
It's true.
I mean, I like am.
You
though.
are,
Like
yeah.
we're joking, but I am.
Yeah.
No.
No, you've completely taken the financial
They
world by
don't
storm.
know. It's always funny watching Barstool and specifically you get into a
We've
new world that
used
don't know
this
us.
analogy.
Yeah.
They don't know what's
It's
going on.
old school, like the Patriot. You think you're just walking into a fight where you march and turn,
Yeah.
and they're getting it from the trees.
But they
they're
don't,
getting.
I mean, they're smart people, obviously, right?
No, they're
like,
not.
I mean, right. But I
They're
mean,
not.
you would think that they would at least understand like sarcasm and humor or any. I mean, they don't get
that was
anything.
the
It's
up,
all just.
I was telling Dan the story. The upfronts, the host of the upfronts, he's like, you know, a big fan. We're getting along with small talk, whatever. He's like, of what you guys do. I just ask you. You have such a great big platform. Like, use it for your influence for good in this world. There's so much bad. I'm like, okay. He's like, will you do that? Will you use it for good? I was like, listen, but the only influence I care about is getting our stock price up.
And it's already, I mean,
Hey.
but that's,
Shoot you straight.
I sit back to you like, that's Barstool,
Yeah,
that's
like-
honesty. You
Yeah.
wanted it, like,
Are you still in the gun business? Still in the gun game?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Gun knife?
That's been very profitable. They're not always giving me credit for the things that I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I said to this Howard Askin guy, no, not Askin. Who's Howard Askin? That's a somebody. Howard Marks. Howard Askin's somebody. I don't know who. Howard Marks, he basically gave the speech I gave 3 months ago. He's like, the stock market's disconnected from the real world. Well, yeah, that's when I was getting killed. And I'm like, guess what? It's not connected, and I'm switching strategies.
Right.
So
And it's
that's,
worked.
I'm being rewarded for that.
Yeah.
He just stuck in the mud, being like, oh, it's not connected. Well, how long are you going to say it's not? No
Right.
shit.
right,
Adapt or die.
they can't take it. Oh, your boy got out of prison.
Yeah.
Craig
That
Carton.
was crazy.
I saw that. Somebody was like,
A
you should
year
give him
to-
a show. It's like, we got enough fucking
Crazy radio
lunatics
hosts.
running around. This fucking...
I do think wherever he
House.
lands, though, he'll go right back to the top. I feel like people are.
Do you think
No
the-
one's going
do you
to care
think
anymore about a ticket
WFAN
scam.
will-
I could see that. I mean, WFAN has still been scrambling to try to get their ratings back. And
I fired Steve Robinson for like a second.
oh yeah,
What?
Yeah.
When?
not Kirk, but just
Yesterday.
Steve.
Well, Kirk
He's
and
not fired right now.
No, Kirk and I had
He's
made
been
our
unfired.
peace, and then I called Steve Robinson. And I was like, I have a question. The advertiser. Why did you put that in front of him without any like preface of what you're doing and just set him up. Like Kirk, when he read the advertiser, my impression was he didn't know what he was about to read. He got like it was something negative about us put in front of him, and he's like, yeah, well, he's unpredictable. I didn't know what he was going to do. It's like, no shit. That's why you don't put negative stuff. It's like, will you put negative Barstool stuff in front of Kirk live on the air? He's like,
yes.
Yeah, that's my job. I was like, all right, that's it. You're done. So I called Kirk, and like, Steve Robinson's fired. Told him why. Kirk agrees. Like, yeah, it's not a good answer. Let me talk to him. So Steve,
It's a terrible answer.
Steve called me
Well,
back.
it's a good answer if you're for Kirk, not
Yeah,
for
you just don't
Barstool.
say it to Dave.
But,
Yeah, right.
Kirk has
Yeah.
promised not to sabotage advertising and whatnot.
What a hero.
So what a
Yeah,
guy.
what a nice
So Steve called me up with his tail between the legs like a mouse, and he's like, I'm sorry, I was wrong, I changed my mind. And then Kirk's like, what do you say? It's like, well, he did a 180 pretty quick. He's like, well, he's evolved.
What's your
pretty
over
good.
under like how long before Kirk's gone? Will he make it to September 1st?
Quarantine, like when we're with Kirk, it's easier. You know, Steve Robinson's one of the all-time assholes. Remember, you know how long we've done shit with Bill Leva from Milton's?
Yeah.
He's the one who sent the email. I sent him an email, Bill Leva. It said, subject line, careful. And then I said, I heard you sent the email to Steve Robinson. I know you're friends with Kirk. I'd be
What did this
very
email say?
careful what you do next. And then he called me, and he's like, I'm sorry, I didn't know he was going to do that. I thought we were supposed to be part of this
Oh, so
conference."
like Milton was fucking with you?
No.
You fucking with us?
Do you know what I'm talking about here? Like why I got mad?
Vaguely,
So
like-
Kirk had a live stream.
Right.
And he read an email that Deirdre sent to all of our clients, being like, hey, we're doing the upfronts.
Oh,
Here's-"
so that email wasn't to Kirk.
No.
And then he like told them how to get onto the live stream.
It's
or
like,
something
here's
that?
the code.
Yeah.
And Kirk's like, hey, you know what would really fuck with Barstool? If all of you guys went and fucked with the live stream.
And they did.
Right.
No, they didn't.
I knew
They
that
caught
part.
it before.
Got it.
And it was an email that Deirdre sent to a client. The client sent it to Steve Robinson. Steve Robinson put it in front of Kirk live, knowing Kirk hates us.
And that's what Milton's was the client that sent
Yeah,
it.
And so he was like
And
freaking
Bill's
out
like,
after?
He's like, can I talk to you? I've known Bill forever. And Bill's just like, I just sent it to Steve to be like, should we join this? He
Got
took
it.
it and
gave it to her, yeah.
And then they were like, and now, let me be very clear. Kirk was like, I should not have done that.
he
I
knew he
understand.
Yeah, no, he owned up to it.
Yeah, he's like, I know that was wrong. And so a couple days went by, and then I thought about it, I was like, yeah, but he didn't even, my impression, he didn't even know, he just, it's like me, if I'm ranting and you put something,
Yeah.
Steve
You'll say it.
Robinson, I'm like, why did you do that? Because this is as like a code. He's like, well, I can't be held responsible for what Kirk does. He's crazy. It's like, yeah, that's why you can be held responsible.
I mean, he's doing a good job as a producer if he's getting Kirk to do crazy things.
Yeah, well, that's I fight.
Getting Kirk Minihane to do crazy things is
Not
a
hard.
very fucking easy job. Anybody on the planet can get Kirk to be crazy. Christ almighty.
So what'd you say, over under?
So wait a minute, but at this point, you have fired Blind Mike, Steve Robinson, and Kirk Minihane,
Steve Robinson
and gone
twice,
back
I
on
think.
all of them.
Steve Robinson twice.
Yeah.
Well,
there's 4 firings between
all right,
3 guys, and none of them is stuck.
I'm gonna say something. I like Kirk. Like, as crazy as he
Yeah.
is, he's a nutbag. Like, just
He's entertaining.
he's literally off the reservation that he thought like we'd fire K. Marco, who's been here for a decade or plus for him. That's crazy. He's crazy. I like him. I think he's entertaining. I truly despise Steve Robinson. And Blind Mike, I think, is one of the worst
vote.
humans to ever live.
You think he's the top vote out of all the votes? Is he the number 1 vote?
He's fireable right now. He keeps talking about us. I'm very close to just firing him.
Oh, yeah, that's the rule.
yeah, he
He's
keeps
been
doing it.
violating that.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what I mean.
I'd like to take
they're all
his
violating your
eyeballs
rules.
out of his head and squash them.
They're kind of useless, though. You got to do something else.
No, but he plays like you know what? You remember when I felt bad for throwing my wallet off his face?
Yeah, no,
It's still stuck with you?
That may just be on like the repeat now, like with like a Batman, bam, when it hits his face.
Kapow!
Fucking hate him.
So things
So
are going well.
what's your prediction, though? How long does this last?
I don't think he'll ever get fired by us.
I was going to say, do you think it'll be
I think-
you fire him or he leaves?
I think he'll leave.
Yeah.
Listen, Kirk Minihane is destined to be a subscription model. The woe is me. Why won't ads sell us when you sit there and you trash the salespeople?
Yeah.
It's like, why would a salesperson, first of all, if you're not trashing them, you're trashing the client occasionally, you're a loose cannon. You can't have both ways. Like, I wish our sales, they have a decent sized podcast, but when you make life hell for everybody.
I told him that. I'm like, I don't know. I have like 5 or 6 ads every show, every time. Doesn't seem to be a problem with me.
If you're, if you do business with Kirk, he's going to run you over at some
100%.
point. That's just the nature of.
Right.
And Steve Robinson's sitting there with a stick to do it, and so is Blind Mike. So why would they have to do? They have this mighty fan base, fanatical fan base. They got to extract money from them. Anybody else?
I mean, that's
It's a
probably why the
double-edged sword of
subscription
it.
will work.
It's a double-edged sword of it, though, because why Kirk is Kirk and why he's entertaining and has a fan base that's loyal, and why I enjoy listening to him is because
very talented.
He will say whatever he wants,
And he's crazy.
and sometimes that will end up like this.
Certified.
You can't find that anywhere else. An actual crazy person on
Correct.
the air, you know?
Yeah. No, he's awesome. I wish, but there's nobody. To tell
And if
you,
he wasn't,
I
if he
trust
wasn't
Kirk,
crazy, he
More than
wouldn't be
those
as
guys.
awesome.
I trust Kirk by far the most out of that
Yeah,
group.
which is
Yeah.
scary.
Right. I mean, who was telling me, like, Steve Robinson is a liar, and he goes into, like, anti-Barstool chats and just stirs the pot like those fucking Barstool. It's like,
Yeah.
he's the worst.
Well, that's the thing about Kirk. Is
And then
that-
he does this, woe is me.
Well, Kirk knows
Woe
he's
is
crazy
me.
and will like own up to these things, and then the other guys don't have that crazy excuse. They're just assholes.
I think Steve Robinson, to a degree, thinks he's smarter than everybody else, and he's
Definitely.
just not.
He does use a lot of big words.
Yeah, it's like
No, I've noticed that. Like he'll say some words sometimes. Like what was that word?
yeah, he's a class A asshole, and so is that blind fuck that he has around him.
Do you think if he had dressed differently the first time he came here, would it be?
No, he's a class A jerk. You know a jerk when you see a jerk. I didn't need to hear a word out of his mouth. I looked at him, asshole, and he's an asshole. Find one person who says he's not an asshole.
I don't think he's an asshole.
You don't think Steve Robinson's an asshole?
I think Steve Robinson thinks Steve Robinson's an
I
asshole.
think
Steve
he-
Robinson sits there and says sales doesn't talk to him when he does 3 conference calls a week with them.
I think he's
a
like
fucking
we've had
he
this
seems like a
conversation
crazy
before. I
liar.
think he does. I think what he does as producer is get Kirk where you know he's going to be most entertaining.
Even Kirk has done shows where they will just list out all the times he pathologically lied. So Kirk
yeah, that's
knows
true.
it.
That's true.
So what else is? I mean, he's lying
Steve
about-
Robinson is a lying scumbag piece of shit. He is. I mean, he is.
So again, pick a date. When's it over?
Like I said, I think it's on Kirk. I like Kirk.
Right.
I hate the 2 fucking jamokes that ride his coattails, but I like Kirk.
I give it till September 1st.
Yeah. It's going to be unfortunate. I really don't want it to happen. That's the thing.
Or like right
Oh,
around
it's
like
gonna be the
election
worst.
time. Right
I
around the
don't want it
election,
to
he'll
happen.
do his subscription and
yeah,
then crush it.
He does make Barstool
Think about how
interesting.
much of a pain in the ass. If he talks all this shit now when he works
Oh.
for Barstool, when he's gone, oh my god.
Well, he currently still says he doesn't. He likes us. That's the craziest part. He's like, I love you guys.
He's a lunatic. He's a lunatic.
I fucking hate those 2 fucking hanger-oners. This guy. I really do.
Grade A scumbag piece of shit.
He is.
Yeah, man.